Hello there, welcome to my YouTube channel, Julia McNeil Crafts. So today I am once again taking part in a collaboration. I'm very excited about this one. This one is being hosted by Poetspice and it is entitled Enchanted Dreams. So the theme of this is anything that's fairy tale, enchanted, that sort of genre. So I am going to make a little unicorn card for my mate today. First of all, I've got a piece of, this is stamping card by Crafter's Companion, and I'm just putting a generous amount of water on. And then I have got my Kuretake Gansei Tambis, and this is number 34, and I'm just going to drip this on to the page like so, and let the water just move it around and do its own thing. I'm not thinking about it too much. That's the beauty of watercolours. If you think about it too much, that's when you tend to struggle. If you just slap a bit of water on and let it do its own thing, you can get some beautiful results. So that's the basic first step of my background. You wouldn't believe I have attempted 3 different makes for this video. Well, this is my third. The first 2 I just really ended up not liking them at all, so I'm hoping this is going well because time restraints means that I actually need to get this one done today. So that's my initial background, and then I'm just going to leave that to the side to dry. I got this really cute stamp set. I've stamped out one of the images there. This stamp set here, I don't even know where it's from. I can't really even give you the details of it. It was one of these ones that it was like a cheap card kit, probably more for kids, and I just adored the stamp, and actually it was worth buying just for the stamp. In my books it was anyway. And so I kept the stamps, and then it came with a whole load of sort of very, very cheap nasty cardstock and a little bit of I don't know, I think there's some stickers and brightly psychedelic washi tape. So my daughter got all of those supplies because it wasn't really what I was wanting. So my daughter got those to play with, and I kept the stamps. And I've had them now in my stash for ages and ages, and not done anything with them. So I thought, well, now was the time. I need to actually get on and use them. So now I've just got my Zig watercolour markers. I'm just doing some very simple colouring, not worrying too much about shades and tones. I'm just literally kind of putting the main colour down for my rainbow, a slightly darker one in the edges, and then blending that out. And then I'm remembering to clean my brush in between, otherwise we could get some really interesting colours as we work our way down the rainbow. Let's see, so I'll do green. I'm not particularly sticking to the actual song of the rainbow. I'll find myself saying, "Way down yellow." Keep myself on track. I'm just going with what looks pretty together. But you know, we're talking fantasy. Fantasy doesn't need to be accurate, so it doesn't really matter, as long as I'm having fun. So I've got my little Zig markers here. Let me see, go for orange next maybe. Yeah, so I'm just going to quickly colour in this rainbow, and I've also already stamped and coloured out that little unicorn, and again I just used my Zig markers and did some very simple colouring, and I've cut out a few of the extra. I've done the rainbow a few times, and I'm fussy cut round the clouds as well, so I'm going to have a few extra clouds to play with. But I just thought I'd show you me colouring up one of the images, so it's nice and quick, nothing too fancy here. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what all the other girls come up with. It's such a wide topic. It could go in lots of very interesting, wonderful directions. So I've just put a little bit of pink on the edges of the cloud, and then I'm just using a little bit of my Zig marker. See if I can get a colour. This is just light pink, and I'm just kind of drawing it in, and that will give a little sort of soft cloud effect. The ones that are in the background I'm doing slightly darker, because obviously you know, that would have a kind of cast shadow on it. Anything in the background tends to be that slight bit darker, but overall I'm just wanting it to look very sort of soft and fluffy and light. So that is my little rainbow all coloured up. Okay, the next thing I am going to do is I'm going to grab my background. This is one I've actually done already. I feel like Blue Peter now. Here's one I prepared earlier. I feel like I've always wanted to say that. Okay, and I'm going to grab these little stars and I'll put a few of them on the acrylic block at the same time. Oops. So I'll just put a few of those on rather than stamp them all out individually, which would probably just take forever. Sorry, just realised that's off camera. My little marker tape's obviously in the wrong place. I have a little sheet of marker tape, washi tape, stuck to my mat so that I know that I don't go below that. Otherwise you can't see what I'm doing, but it's clearly not quite in the right place. So I'm just going to stamp this out a couple of times, not too many. And I've done that with my Versamark ink pad. And then I have got my Wow embossing powder. Just take my card blank for the minute because it's what I have to hand. And I am just going to pour that over. Oops. Till we find our little stars. I've just literally pinged the excess off. Okay, oops. Not done the best job of tidying that away. It's kind of gone on my desk a little bit. Okay, and I will grab my heat gun and we can watch the wonders of heat embossing. I never tire of this. It's just wonderful. Okay, I'm trying to do this at an angle that you can maybe see that change. When you're heat embossing, don't waft like that. It actually takes longer and in the long run, and it's not quite as effective in a smooth transition. So just try and keep it in one place. Once it starts going, it goes quite quickly. She says. She says. There we go. So it's just changing there. And now that you notice that the heat's built up on the heat gun, they change quite quickly now. So we've got a few little gold stars in the background. Okay. Okay, and then I've got this beautiful sentiment. This is from Crafter's Companion, the Flutterby collection, and I thought that this stamp here, your wings already exist, all you have to do is fly. I thought that was really sweet and kind of suited my little unicorn with wings. So I've not used this stamp before, so I'm just going to quickly stamp that out onto some spare card. Just, you know, sometimes the very first time you use a stamp you don't get the most perfect impression. Also just give me an idea of how much pressure and stuff to put on. Okay, that actually is stamped out pretty good, so I'm now going to put that on my project, and because I've been using and playing with watercolours, I am using my Stays On ink pad, and I'm just going to push that down there. Okay, so your wings already exist, all you have to do is fly. And then I have pulled in my little embellishments, a little rainbow, and I will just glue that together. I'm hoping that the glue, hey, that's not too bad. I normally end up having to go off camera for about 10 minutes to unclog the glue. It's ridiculous. And no matter how many times I check it and make sure it's ready before I start, it just still seems to want to clog up. I'm just going to put my little unicorn on a little bit of 3D foam just to add, because it's quite a simple card, just wanting to add just a tiny bit of dimension to the card. I've lost my nails. I caught my hand in the card, like not badly, but just caught it in the car door. I've not actually bruised a nail or lost a nail or something, but it did kind of completely break right across. And it's amazing how when I lose like an important nail like that, a crafting nail, how stuck I am. I suddenly can't get the 3D foam off or gems off or whatever like that. It's like, oh, I'm stuck. Okay, so I've just added a few of these little extra clouds so that we've got our little unicorn peeking out from among the clouds there. And I think she looked really, really cute. So again, I coloured her with Zig markers. I've mostly used pink, and then I've just added a little bit of yellow to that, just to kind of, I don't know, I think that's one of the really magical fun things about watercolours, is you can really layer up the colours, so it'll probably look like she's reflecting the sun or something like that, the fact that she's got just that little bit of yellow on her there. Okay, I am going to now grab my Pro marker so that I can just edge this a little bit and do that. So, I do this on every card. If you're familiar with my videos, you'll have seen me do this a lot, but I just do feel that creating a border really does frame things and make it stand out. I'm just going to grab a black pen and do a few little wiggly lines. Around like so. A very quick and easy card. I decided it in the end to keep it simple. I don't know, the past couple of things I just made, and it's like, I don't know whether it's maybe because I was doing my own collaboration last week with the World National Storytelling Week, and so I did produce 7 videos, which if you already follow me, you'll be well aware of. So I think like, I'm just a bit like, oh, creatively, I need a break. I need a break to get things working again. So I've just done a little border, a little bit of a doodled border round that. I think this card is going to need to sit under a book or something, because the watercolour has kind of misshapen it a little bit. But it's normally fine. Normally if you stick it down really well with glue, that tends to flatten out itself. As I said, you can kind of, if you're more organised, you can stick it under a book before you kind of actually do your finished project. If not, I'd probably get away, because there's not a huge amount of dimension and embellishments on this, I would most likely get away with putting it down as it is, and I've just now put a big mucky thumb prints all over that, which is absolutely typical. Okay, I'm just going to go off camera a second. Hi, sorry about that. Moral of the story I've discovered is double check the pen that you pick up is one that's permanent and not just a cheapy one that's like used for normal writing as opposed to crafting. So what I've done is just quickly made up the card again. I was able to pull the unicorn and the rainbow off the last one, so I just quickly made up the background again and use an appropriate marker at this time for just doing my edging. So I've just used the Spectrum Noir Clear Sparkle Overlay just to add a little bit of glitter to the clouds, and then I'm going to pull in my Kuretake Gansi Tambi, that's a mouthful isn't it, again, and I am just going to get some of this gold colour. This gold is absolutely luscious. That's one of my favourite golds out there. It's just lovely. Okay, and I'm going to grab a little piece of card and just cover my little unicorn up there, and then I am going to add some gold splashes, like so. And that is my first make for the Enchanted Dreams collaboration with Poetspice. This will be running every Sunday for a month, So please do come back next Sunday to see my next make, and also please do check all the links out in the description box of all the other lovely ladies that are joining in. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more, please do consider liking and subscribing and hitting that bell so you can get notifications. And I will see you again very soon. Take care then. Bye.